starry skies shall light the way, and blood shall spill over the wandering world. The spear of Cain shall call the wayfarers, and the Storm Prince shall unite them. Their victory shall shake the heavens.
What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and welcome back to another 40 Facts video. Today we are once again diving into the lore of Warhammer 40K as we talk about the Aeldari and the Crone blades. So the Crone swords are the ancient relic weapons of the Eldar gods, who have been bestowed to certain individuals, and when all 5 of these blades come together, something miraculous will happen. Different legends states different things. For example, some say when all 5 are present, the new god of death will be reborn, and the Eldar will be strong enough to take down Slaanesh and reclaim the Eldar souls back to the rightful places. However, others state that when these 5 swords come into being, they will be powerful enough to basically rewrite history. So, let's dive into these Crone swords. However, I won't be going into the 5th sword because we still don't know what that is, and we won't be talking about the 4th sword, the Twilight Spear, aka the weapon used by Prince Yariel, because I talked about that yesterday. So today, we're talking about the 3 Crone blades of the Triumvirate of the Aeldari. So let's dive into these 40 facts. So let's begin with the wielders of these 3 Crone swords, Inari, and then we will be talking about the Visor, and then finally Yvraine. So, Inari, who is he, and why does he have this sword? Let's find out. Inari is the god of the Aeldari dead. He is the one who will be 100% resurrected into godhood through the summoning of all 5 Crone swords. However, there's only been 4, so he's not 100% revived, although he has been partially revived due to the events that transpired during the Gathering Storm when Eldrad attempted to summon him by stealing the fossilized bodies of the dead Farseers and then trying to get them supercharged with Craft World powers, or so to speak. Unfortunately, the Death Watch came in and wrecked his plans, so the God of the Dead was only partially revived. However, even partially revived, this god is super powerful, so much so that he could imbue his own powers into an avatar, and that avatar, the Incarn, is the wielder of the Sword of Souls. The Sword of Souls, Villith-Zhar, is said to be a shape-shifting massive blade that was created in like a furnace of crying Eldar souls, and because of this, it is considered to be the strongest of the 5 Crone swords. Next up, we have the Visor, which is another member of the Inari and another wielder of the legendary swords. So basically, the Visor used to be an exarch of the Dire Avengers. However, he began following Yvraine as she began taking on the path of the warrior and so on. Events transpired, and eventually he pledged himself to her, and because of this, she gifted him the Blade of Silent Screams, aka Asu-Var. Now with this blade, it works very similar to the Blade of Farsight, where anytime it slashes an enemy, takes his life, it absorbs the victim's life essence into his own, thus granting him the ability to heal wounds, live longer, etc. So because of this, this guy is a powerhouse. Not just because of the blade that he wields, but he has so much swordsmanship expertise that he is almost unrivaled on the battlefield. And then finally we come to Yvraine, the Emissary of Inari, the starter of the Inari and the wielder of one of the Crone swords, the Sword of Sorrows, Kha-Vir. So basically, when it comes to Yvraine, she's been everywhere and anywhere. She is literally plot personified. She was born in the craft world of Baeltan. From here, she basically crafted her own skills, honed her expertise, and began following the path of the Dire Avengers. Eventually, she left this life and began to be a captain of the Corsairs. From here, she began traveling the webway, going to Camera. One thing led to another, and she became a succubus under the patronage of Lady Malice. And then she began fighting in the pits. Unfortunately, one thing led to another, and she kind of had to escape. So she left there. She finally met up with the Visor. Together, they began forming the Inari, which was basically a pact of a whole bunch of Eldar, spanning from regular Eldar to Dark Eldar to Harlequins to Craftworld Eldar, who all believed that the creation of the God of the Dead, the Incarn, was their true god that they should follow. So from here they began going into crazy adventures, such as fighting in the webway against demons, going toe-to-toe with Ahriman, even resurrecting Guilliman himself. And it's just crazy. If you want more information on her, I believe we do cover a lot of the things that's transpired with her story in our, I think it's like a 3-parter on the fall of Cadia, the return of the Primarch, and so on. So there's a lot that happens here, so I'll try and link the playlist at the end of this video. However, let's talk about her sword. So she wields Kha-Vir, the Sword of Sorrows, and anytime she slashes somebody with her blade, it basically turns them to ash. So it incinerates their souls, and because their souls are no longer within the body, their body literally turns to ash, which is really strong if you ask me. And with that being said, that's pretty much everything. The Crone swords, they're literally the fingers of Morai Heg, which is an Aeldari god, who have been crafted into powerful swords by Vol, which is another Aeldari god, and then these are then empowered through souls and warp energies and whatnot to become super awesome mega weaponry. Again, guys, this is just awesome lore. Not so much on the weapons. Like, I try to find like lore specific stuff on the weaponry, but it mostly goes into their wielders, which again, it makes sense. You want to talk about the characters, not so much the story behind the swords, but they're pretty important to the Aeldari lore. Again, the whole point of this is to get 5 of them together so you can resurrect the God of the Dead. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and we'll go from there. I greatly recommend you guys to stay subscribed, keep your eyes peeled, because we have some epic giveaways coming your way. For one, we've got an awesome giveaway in the form of the Blackstone Fortress. The Blackstone Fortress is a board game a little bit different than 40K. I'd say it's a mix of 40K and D&D, where you get to pick your characters and progress through the story. And on top of that, you learn some epicness in the form of lore. You've got the Men of Iron in there, you've got Chaos, you've got Xenos, you've got Rogue Traders. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and one lucky person gets to win this awesome game. So again, keep your eyes peeled for our 40 facts on the Blackstone Fortress. Then you could comment, subscribe, like it for your chance to win. Also, in the coming weeks, probably in a week or two, I'm going to be putting out a post on Facebook where you guys can like and comment down below for your chance to win some epic giveaways. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be, but it's probably going to be along the lines of like a Necron giveaway for Necronmas. It's a little thing I made up. So it's going to be a bunch of Necron-centric giveaways in honor of like Christmas. So hopefully we can get that going probably next week. That way you guys can get your gift before the holidays. And yeah, with that being said, that's all I've got for today. So hopefully you enjoyed this little snippet of lore on the Crone swords. I know it wasn't much, but it's all I could dig up. And again, if you want more lore, read the Triumphant of the Eldar, the Fall of Cadia, and Rise of the Primarch. Again, this has been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll be catching you guys tomorrow.